Hi, this is Thomas Chau from Cinema Confidential, and you're listening to another edition of 15 Minutes. And joining me for his first appearance on our show as co-host is Rob Alarcon. Hello, Rob.
Hello.
Our guest for today is best known for his role as Brandon Walker in the NBC's top-rated soap opera, Days of Our Lives. He has also recently starred in the movie The Suburbans, along with Jennifer Love Hewitt and Ben Stiller. He has a film coming out this Friday, March 31st, entitled Price of Glory, which also stars Jimmy Smits. Please welcome Matt Cedeño. Hello, Matt.
Hello, hello. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thanks for talking with us. First and foremost, Days of Our Lives. How's that going?
Having a lot of fun with it, actually. Storyline is starting to thicken up. I don't know how familiar you guys are with the show.
Not entirely.
I mean,
The middle of the day is a tough time to get down and watch TV.
Oh, I'm sure.
especially if you're male, young. All right, so what's up with your character, and can you spill any beans for us about it in the future?
I don't know how many beans I could spill without having to kill you guys, but
Well, then you can limit the beans, then.
I'm having a lot of fun with it because I'm getting to play quite a range, actually. You know, I have a little vendetta going on, so I get to be evil. Work with the little kids, so I get to be nice and, you know, good with kids. Everybody likes that. I'm chasing after girls, so I have a little love interest brewing and trying to tear one woman away from her husband, so I have a little of that going on at the same time.
Is that the same woman, or are things just entirely confused?
I'm entirely confused.
Okay.
Because you're being really vague with us here.
I'm being very vague.
But I'm sure you have your reasons.
Yeah. So, how's doing a soap opera compared with doing a movie? For example, do you prefer one over the other?
I would actually prefer doing a movie. I think everybody would, only in the sense that in a film they take time with every single scene. Like it'll take so much a day to shoot what it would take 5 minutes to shoot on a soap opera. They make sure that they get the best performance out of you. They shoot it from every camera angle. You know, you're going to see the best that you can possibly give in a film. Whereas in a soap opera, you have so much material in such a short amount of time to learn it, and they have to produce, you know, a show a day at least. So they're moving along very fast. So if the performance will suffice, if it will pass, then they'll use it. You know, they'll say, move on, let's go on to the next one. And a lot of the times you're kind of cringing, saying, oh, God, I can't believe they're going to air that on TV. You know, you want to reshoot it, but there's really no time to get perfection out of a soap opera.
Now, do you see yourself doing Days of Our Lives for a long time?
What is a long time to you?
I don't know. Some characters have been on the show for a while now. Let's say 5 years.
5 years? If I ended up doing it for 5 years, I wouldn't be disappointed. I like the job a lot. I'm very thankful to have it. Ideally, I would like to live out my contract, you know, learn a lot from the soap opera, grow as an actor, and then move on and do different things, different projects.
Now, I have a question about soap opera acting. Would you say it takes more skill, considering that you have to do it right on pretty much 1 or 2 shots, rather than taking all day to get, you know, the proper emotions, the proper everything down?
I don't know if it takes more skill, but it might take development of a different kind of skill.
Mm-hmm.
If you know what I mean.
Now, are you at the point of your career where you'll just happen to be walking down the street and some, like, I don't know, crazy fanatic of the show will come up to you and ask the weirdest questions?
Oh my God, it's Brandon! Oh my God! Oh my.
Yeah, that.
Yeah. Yeah. Not necessarily just walking down the street and ask a crazy question. You get the majority of the fanatics that will do that at, say, a public appearance where you go to sign autographs.
So what's the strangest autograph request you've received?
Other than, you know, parts of the body, you know, just joking around, I've never really had to do anything too out of the ordinary.
Mm-hmm.
Just give up my water bottle that I was drinking, and just...
Did you sign the water bottle, or they
didn't
just
even
were
sign the
thirsty?
water bottle, just had my slobbery lips on them.
Well, that's almost as good.
I guess so.
Do you enjoy doing the autographs? Do you enjoy meeting the fans?
I totally do, man. That's a really interesting part because it's amazing to see how people get really worked up, you know, about soap opera. It's very cool. It's flattering, you know.
Now, did you watch soap operas before you got involved with them, or are they relatively new for you too?
I could say at different points in my life I was familiar with Days of Our Lives, actually. It was the only one.
Definitely.
And then Yeah, obviously when I got the job, there was like a 2-month window before I started, and then I tried to watch as many as possible, just to kind of familiarize myself with the business and stuff.
So, how long has Days of Our Lives been running exactly?
34 years.
34 years. So, do you think you're all caught up on 34 years of history?
2 months? Yeah, I probably got it.
That probably takes solid viewing from like all day long.
Right.
So soap operas take up like quite a bit of time compared to most other acting professions. Now, do you have time for like what are your hobbies? What do you like doing?
Well, nothing specific. I like doing whatever I feel like doing. You know, I'm active. Play basketball when I can. I hang out and go out with friends when I can.
Are you a big fan of cars? Because I see that you make a lot of appearances at car shows.
Not really. I mean, I like cars, but not really the classics and stuff like that. Actually, last month was the first car show that I'd been to.
Oh, really?
It was pretty impressive, yeah, but I'm not like a collector of model cars or anything. You know.
Now, there are a lot of stories about female actresses in Hollywood who happen to run into agents at random occasions who help them launch a career. Now, your story is somewhat similar, only this time it's a guy. You're a guy.
Yeah.
This sort of happened to you. Tell us how you got into the biz, because it's almost like a Cinderella for guys story.
I would say that the acting part of it, I totally pursued on my own. You know, knew that I wanted to do that and came to LA to do that. The Cinderella part just came a little bit on the modeling side of it.
Right.
Where a guy approached me on the street asking if I'd ever modeled, whatever, and basically just took me into an agency, a modeling agency. And it was there that they took Polaroids of me and sent them to Bruce Weber in Italy. And it was like literally a couple days later they had me flying out there for a Versace campaign.
Wow.
Excellent.
Now, it seems like you were pretty hardcore as far as football goes before a knee injury. Is that right?
Right.
Now, how did you go for? I mean, were you into acting at all in high school, or did you just go straight from like sports into modeling, acting?
Basically, something like that. I was really into sports in high school. I wouldn't say that I formally took any classes for acting, such as drama. I did in junior high, but not in high school. It wasn't career-wise something that I had in my sights. You know,
right.
Especially where I grew up. You know, people really didn't really do it. It just seemed really far off, if that makes any sense. And then I was injured, and I had to reevaluate things and decide what I was going to do. And in the meantime, I was just going to a community college, taking prerequisites for physical therapy, you know, just waiting for further inspiration, I guess.
Excellent. So let's talk about Price of Glory, this movie coming out. Now, you play a younger Jimmy Smits, right?
Right.
Now, can you give us a brief summary of the film?
Yeah, the film is about an excellent boxer, full of all this potential and promise. This is the character played by Jimmy Smits, who was put into a boxing match a little prematurely so that his managers and whatnot could make a lot of money. And they put him up against a boxer that was, you know, a little ahead of his time, you know, before the character, young Arturo, played by Jimmy Smits, before he was ready for that, and it ended up ruining his career at a young age before he really even took off. So then it flashes 20 years later, and he's got these kids, and he's really trying to live out his boxing career through his kids, you know, so he's really pushing upon his kids to work hard and just be boxers, basically, for himself. And there's drama between them because when the kids realize that it's not for the kids, that it's for himself, and there's conflict. And, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That happens quite often. Parents living their dreams through their kids.
Exactly.
So the film's about boxing. Now, are you particularly a big boxing fan?
But I wasn't a huge boxing fan. I was like the next guy who would love to see a Las Vegas Mike Tyson fight.
Right.
You know, but I wasn't really into boxing. I just never formally had any boxing training. Just mess around in the backyard or whatever with my brothers. But,
now, did you have to go through any training for this film? Like,
yeah.
How long did you have to spend?
They actually trained me for about 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
Do you think you'd be able to hold your own in the ring now?
Probably need a little more time. I think I could hold my own. Depends on who you put me up against.